Good evening. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today with the Gran Turismo Racing Community's GR4 Manufacturers Series Round 2, Dragon Trail Gardens, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic race. Dragon Trail Gardens is a shorter racetrack. It's got lots of technical sections, and these guys are forced to run their chosen manufacturers all day. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning into our broadcast. We appreciate all the support. Please do not forget to like and share the broadcast out, everybody, as it just helps for the growth of the page. If you love what these guys are putting out for league races and you're interested in joining, contact either the Gtrc or myself through the comments or through the page at GT45 Gaming, and we will get you the information you need to get into the registration process for the Gtrc. This is a really good group of guys, ladies and gentlemen. They race their hearts out and they just like to race. They have a lot of fun with it, so I'm absolutely proud to present this broadcast to you today. I am your host for today. I am Gtrc, or on screen known as RR Ghost 45, ladies and gentlemen, and we are just kind of chilling here. The guys have about 10 minutes left before we get really officially started here, so we're going to take a little bit of time to talk about the race. So just give me 1 second to bring my information up, ladies and gentlemen. Just 1 second, it's taking a minute for my phone to open up what I'm looking for. I should have been a little more prepared. Alright, so we are just going to get through really the basic stuff here for you guys. If it ever loads. Alright, well, we can do it this way. That's alright. We have more than one way to be able to do this for you guys. Just to save some time here, we are again at Dragon Trail Gardens. It is 1300 and cloudy for the time of day on track. This is a 50-minute endurance race like they always are, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the grid start with the falls check. Vehicle damage is on heavy. Tire wear is at 3 times. Fuel consumption is also at 3 times. Qualifying will be 10 minutes. The tire and fuel wear are also the same as race conditions. Again, this is Group 4 Manufacturer Series, so these drivers had to sign up for a manufacturer before they started the season this season, and that is the manufacturer they have to run for the duration of the season. So there is a double point system involved with all this, and that is 2 different ways that these drivers are earning points here. We're just going to get rid of my ugly mug here so we can get it here. So I'm just showing you guys the event settings here. One is an individual point, so the drivers individually are gaining points in the championship standings for themselves individually as racers, and then we are, let's find some action on track here. And I haven't turned my keyboard on yet. Oh, it is on. Well, look at that. Perfect. Alright. So, and then the second part to the point system, ladies and gentlemen, is the manufacturer's points. So, the manufacturers of the cars being driven on track are also gaining points for an individual point system in the championship. So essentially they're running for 2 different championships in the same series. So we have the individual points for the drivers themselves that are on track competing, and then we have the competition for the top manufacturer throughout the season as well. So I really enjoy how they've put this together. It's absolutely fantastic, and just Absolutely good stuff. We have Eloa Heads 579R coming in with this sub over at GT45 Gaming. Much love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to go over to YouTube, search GTRC, and do not forget to go over there and show these guys some love over here. Throw them a sub, throw them a like, throw them a share, as we are broadcasting on their YouTube channel as well as my own YouTube channel. So much love to everybody tuning in. We have a good field of racers today, so let us go through the field of racers here. We have Tap. We're not qualifying, right? No, they're just running. Okay, so we have Hair Razor, since he just ended up with the fastest lap in practice at the moment. He is in that Ferrari 458. We have Tap here, who is running the BMW. I couldn't recognize it from the back end there. We have Doug, who's running also the BMW? Yes. We have Trone Colby, who is also running the Ferrari. He wasn't in the last race, if I'm not mistaken, so this will be his first race of the season. We have Ibra running the Corvette. He was in last week's race. We have Type R here as well, running the Lexus? No, the Renault. That is the Renault, ladies and gentlemen. We have Happy Pappy also running the Renault. We have YRF running the Lamborghini. We have Boo running the Toyota GR86. We have Happy Pappy. Where did he go? There he is. Running the Renault. We have Distinct Space running the Honda. And we have Supra also running Lamborghini. We are missing some drivers today, but looking like a really good field. So this should be a good race. We love it when the field is almost full. It just makes for good, tight racing, good racing action. And that's what we like to see here at the GTRC, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. These are 100% family-friendly broadcasts, ladies and gentlemen. So, bring the kiddies in. Let them check out what we're doing here. Who doesn't like a good old-fashioned race on a Saturday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen? I know I do. And I always look forward to our Saturday afternoons here with the GTRC, as these guys absolutely put on a good show every week, week in, week out. Highly organized set of gentlemen, and just love to be a part of this. So it's an honor to be able to bring this to you guys here on the YouTubes and out there in streamer world, as we like to call it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for all your support. It means the world to everybody, and it's the driving force for these guys to continue bringing these types of events to the general public. These events are open to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So again, if you're interested, all you got to do is hit us up in the comment section below. We'll make sure to find a way to get you a link to the Discord or to their Facebook page or whatever the case is. So entries, we're always looking for more competitors. Even if this season's entry is closed, it's still good to know that you're interested for the upcoming season. It's easier for the league officials to determine how many divisions they need to run or anything like that. So fantastic stuff, and we've been seeing new drivers joining in on these leagues throughout these broadcasts over the last few weeks, and I just absolutely love to see it. The sim racing community is thriving. It's very strong. Gran Turismo Sport is thriving. It's very strong, and really seriously top community, man. Hashtag top community, the sim racing community, ladies and gentlemen. So just a lot of fun to be able to take part and do these kinds of things. So we're just chilling with Boo here in that Parmalee car, the Toyota. And Hair Razor's just chilling with that Ferrari. A very Italian-esque Ferrari livery there. I like that, actually. And then we have Doug here, cruising around in the Beamer. Octane on the front of the hood there. Then we got Colby in that Ferrari as well. Nice little zebra stripes on the back end there. Nice clean liveries by these guys. Adidas is what we're seeing on the side of the car there. Then we've got Ibra. He's just jumped into the pits. We've got Mr. Happy Pappy. Totally cool gentleman, this guy. I've had a chance to be able to hang out and chat with him a couple times in open lobby racing. Happy Pappy is absolutely just a really chill, relaxed dude. I really like hanging out with him. A lot of fun to be with. All these guys are at the end of the day. We have 750 here in that beautiful Lamborghini. And some drivers just choosing to take this time to relax, mentally prepare for the race that's about to happen. And the qualifier is kicking off in 5 seconds here, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just monitoring the stream here. It looks like it's holding up really good. And just to clarify, maybe a little bit of confusion for the viewers out there, as you can see on the very top center of the screen that you guys are watching, you see Rockefeller Racing up on the top of the screen. That is there because I am a part of Rockefeller Racing, the racing sim racing team myself as the host, and we are partnered with Rockefeller Racing, so we do leave the Rockefeller Racing banner up on the screen. Just to show our support to our fellow racing team. Rockefeller Racing doesn't sponsor the league or anything like that. Just to clarify for everybody, Rockefeller Racing is a team that I personally am a part of and am deeply involved with, so we do support Rockefeller Racing, and that is why you do see the Rockefeller Racing on the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. They are partners of the page here, so we do support our partners. And that's just the way it is. But thank you for understanding that. I just wanted to clarify that for everybody, so there's no, miscommunication or confusion there. Alright, this is fantastic stuff. So guys are officially qualifying here now. So we're going to sit with Harry Racer for now, as Harry Racer was our first driver on track. And we'll stick with him and probably all the way through this out lap and into his hot lap, which is starting right now. So Harry Racer is officially on his first hot lap of the qualifying. Qualifying is 10 minutes here today. So these drivers will roughly be able to get about 4 hot laps in. If they choose to use all 4 hot laps, of course. Not all drivers, they put in a time that they think they're happy with, and a lot of them will just park it in the pits till race time, but some of these drivers will continue to qualify right until the clock runs out. So we are going to stick with Hair Razor for the time being, and then we'll just try to siphon through the field as they come across the start-finish line. And, I mean, the positions are going to swap around, of course, as the drivers are coming through, because they'll have different times coming across the racetrack as well, so Dragon Trail Gardens is a very tricky racetrack. There's not a lot of opportunity for high speed here. One straightaway, the back start-finish line, is about the biggest opportunity for us to really get the cars wound up on this track. Other than that, it's a lot of mid-speed technical sections on the track, and if you don't quite get them right, it could end up an absolute disaster. So, as you can see here, is coming through one of the most technical sectors of the racetrack here right now, and this is going to lead up to a double hairpin, essentially, coming up to the start-finish line, back straightaway here as well. So, as you can see, him cutting those 2 corners and just making one really wide corner out of it, that is the best way to take that final corner here at Dragon Trail Gardens, and getting a really good exit, actually, there coming out of the corner. So, coming through with a 139. Let's get on to Doug and see what he comes across. He stays in second. Boo takes pole with a 138.496. Happy Pappy coming across, maintaining 4th, and Supra coming across now, taking 4th from him, and Drone Colby coming in, taking 3rd place from all those drivers. 750 coming in across in 3rd place here now as well on his first hot lap. Let's try to give a Type R here. He came across in 8th. Ibra, ooh, where did Ibra just go? Ibra came in 10th here. Who else we got? We got Tap, just coming across here, I think. And Tap didn't have the best lap there, it looks like, coming across in the last spot so far. So we are going distinct space, coming in with pole here as well. So fantastic stuff. And he is on a purple sector here again, ladies and gentlemen. So Hair Razor was our first driver on track, so we're going to jump back on with Hair Razor here. as he's coming around, coming into the final double hairpin here, coming up to the start-finish line. So we'll see if he can improve on that first hot lap of his and get back up on the podium, or on the first place position here, pole position. So these guys are doing a really great job so far at running down some quick lap times very early on in qualifying here. So I only suspect that some of these drivers are going to get quicker. As we have Hair Razor coming across here shortly, not improving on that lap. So we are going to jump in with Boo, who doesn't gain anything either. Doug also not gaining anything there. I'm just trying to keep my eye on it. We had Colby drop down into 5th. We have Super moving up into 3rd now. Ooh, and 750 Distinct. Little side by side there. See if that affects their qualifying laps at all here. One's coming into the pits, going to fresh rubber on most likely, and Distinct coming across. Pardon me, maintaining pole position, but not faster than his previous lap. Hey, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. Got a little frog in the throat there for a second. Slippery little devil, I tell ya. We got Happy Pappy, we got Troll and Colby. We were starting to get cars grouped up a little bit here, and when you're qualifying, that's not necessarily the ideal situation, because A, it could be slowing you down, or on the advantage side, you could catch some slipstream and maybe gain a couple tenths of a second on that lap. But for the most part, I know personally myself, I like to qualify by myself with a lot of space around me, so I don't have a chance that maybe I'm a little faster than the driver I'm catching up to. I just don't run into the point where I've caught that driver during qualifying, and I don't have to slow down or maybe fight for a little fight for position. So because that does slow the drivers down. So you got to kind of make a tough decision when you're qualifying on how much space you're giving between the car in front of you and the car behind you as well. So some of these drivers are catching up to each other. We'll have to see how they handle this here as we're qualifying. None of them want to ruin each other's qualifying laps. The drivers are doing a fantastic job at keeping it really super clean and not interfering with each other as they're qualifying here, though, I do have to say. And Happy comes across in 8th, looking like I see a 5th place overthrown there, so not gaining anything either. Eber is now up into 7th from 10th. Doug is down from 6th to 8th. Happy Pappy has dropped to 9th. Type R sitting in 10th at the moment, and Tap sitting in 11th. So distinct space in that NSX, still holding pole position down here as we have about another lap and a half, depending on where on the track the drivers are for qualifying here today. So really great job. Looking at the gap difference from pole to second is less than a tenth of a second, barely just under a tenth of a second. Easy to make up a tenth. As we see, Distinct had a little bit of a slide there, so that may have lost him a little bit of time. So maybe an opportunity for Boo to grab that extra tenth. As we look, he's... don't know if he's down or up. I just missed a split. I think he was down a little bit there. Oh, he is up. He is on a purple. So we are going to stick with Boo as he's coming around here to see if he can nab pole position from distinct space here. As we're coming through that one of the technical sectors here on track, comes out of there really nice and clean, grabbing every apex around, grabbing all the curb coming out of the corner, using all the track at his disposal, and he does take pole. He takes pole by 1/100th of a second from distinct space. Oh, those two drivers are absolutely close. Third place is only 0.5 of a second off from there, and then a tenth and a tenth and a tenth, less than a tenth. 3/10. So the field is quite close in pace for the most part here. This really should be a very fantastic race today. And I think we lost a driver. Yes, we have. We lost a driver. Tap may have disconnected and popped out of the lobby here. So I'm not sure what that's going to mean. They might give him his best qualifying time, or when he gets back into the lobby, he may have to start in the back of the field. So this... most likely will create a Gas Monkey Garage livery. Absolutely love that, man. Absolutely love seeing that. A big shout out to Gas Monkey Garage on Type R's car right there. I just noticed that. That's great stuff right there. I like that. As we see Distinct Space now grabbing provisional pole back from Boo by a tenth of a second as well. So Boo and Distinct Space really battling for provisional pole here today, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys are on their final hot laps. So we're going to stick with Distinct Space and Boo. I believe Boo's going to come around the... yes, Boo is going to come across before Distinct here, so we're going to stick with Boo here real quick. No, he does not get that pole back from Distinct Space, so Distinct Space should have provisional pole here. We did get a little bit wide there, but he should be able to get a good run out of the corner. Getting that corner, so, and now he has a little bit of a slip, but it looks like he's not up on his lap. You can see him swerving back and forth there. And yeah, great stuff here. So that should be the end of qualifying. So we have Distinct Space in pole. We have Boo sitting in second. We have Hair Razor sitting in third. We've got Supra in fourth. We've got Colby sitting in fifth. We've got Ibra in sixth. He's just parked it in the pits. We've got Doug in seventh. We've got Happy Pappy sitting here in eighth. We got 750 coming across on a hot lap right now. Let's see if he gets his position any better. No, that's it. Timers ran out. So all the drivers are done, and Type are in 10th. When Tap does get back in, I'm pretty sure that is going to put him back in 11th on the field, so he's going to have some work ahead of him. Unfortunately, it does look like he's disconnected there, so we may see a red flag situation here at the beginning of the race. We will be jumping directly into the race from qualifying. So we will just have to see how that all works out. So while that's being sorted, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at our penalty serving zone here today on Dragon Trail. So our penalty serving zone, as you can see, is right up the start-finish line, just before the start-finish line. As you see in the demographic here, the drivers do have to move all the way over to the left side of the racetrack, off of the racing line, and they have, where you're seeing just this little red stripe here, that is the penalty burning zone, so the drivers have that much space to burn any penalties they've acquired throughout the lap off in. If they do not burn the penalty in the appropriate zone, of course, I will be handed over to the steward officiating staff over at the GTRC, and they will, of course, assess any violations if needed from that point. But that is where the penalty serving zone is required today, ladies and gentlemen. So we will show that to you while the racers are racing. And here are the standings from last week's round one race as well, ladies and gentlemen, before this race does get underway. So we do have Boo sitting in first place. We have Tap sitting in second. We have Hair Razor sitting in third. We got Doug Burrow in fourth. We've got Ben, who's not in the race today, sitting in fifth. We've got Bump and Run, who's also not in the race today, sitting in sixth. We've got Super in seventh. Ibra in eighth. Bar in ninth. 750 10th. Type R in 11th. Happy in 12th. Ghost in 13th. And Glowstick in 14th. And Space Dragon in the bottom of the field. For the manufacturers, we have Toyota leading the way, BMW in second, Ferrari in third, Lamborghini fourth, Lexus in fifth, Renault in sixth, Chevy in seventh, and Honda at the back of the field with 0 points. We didn't see any Hondas in the race last week, so let us get to the proceedings here. As Distinct is stuck on the line. We are 100% going to have to call red here. We're just going to let the guys know, see if they may call the red flag here on this. So we do have, at the moment, we have Hair Razor in first place. I believe these, I believe they will be calling a red flag here. Yes, they have called a red flag. So we can see all the drivers coming off track here. We also have Tap back in the lobby as well, so he should get set back on the grid here for a race start as well. So we are under red flag conditions right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are resetting the race start, so the drivers will now re-enter into the pit lane, and the host will reset the grid, and we'll get back to it. So as you can see there in the chat, the drivers are just putting their position up so the host can set the grid back up properly. And I do believe that Tap will end up in the back of the pack because he did disconnect during qualifying. So most leagues, that usually means you're going to unfortunately be in the back of the pack to start the race. So we do have all 11 drivers back in the lobby. And it will just be a minute for everyone to get dialed back in and get the grid set up, and we will be absolutely 100% kicking this race off. We got 1, 2, we got 4, 6, 7, 9th, last, and 10th. Lobby exploded. I unfortunately do not remember the grid order myself. I should have took a screenshot of that so I could have helped out here. There we go. We're just getting everything reset up, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with us. This is unfortunately a reality of simulated racing. We do have the problem of internet connections and technology, and drivers being from Canada, from the United Kingdom, from the United States. We have Ibra from, I'm not exactly 100% sure where that flag's from, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. We've got to shape up on our geography flags here. But we have drivers from representing 5 different parts of the world, so that does tend to cause sometimes some weird things happening in the lobbies here on Gran Turismo Sport. It's just a part of it. We understand that. All the drivers, as commentators, as officials, as league officials, we all fully understand that. And of course, that's why we have things like the red flag process. So I'm not going to interfere with what's going on here on track with these guys. I'm going to let them sort their stuff out, of course. That's the best way to do things. Too many cooks in the kitchen tends to cause chaos, and we don't like. I don't like chaos. I don't like chaos. So this race will be getting back underway shortly, ladies and gentlemen. And then again, they're just sorting the grid order out. So just bear with us, everybody. It takes a few minutes to do this. And the guys just, taking the opportunity to get a couple more laps and try to refine their lines. Trying to find a little more speed, And we still have one driver not checked in yet. How's everybody doing today? How you doing out there, fans, race fans, viewers alike? How's everybody holding up here today on this absolutely amazing Saturday? Maybe Sunday for those of you way over on the eastern side of the world from my parts of the world here. I think in Australia you guys are pushing the next day here now. Sorry guys, I just got a message there I had to deal with. I do have other things happening as well throughout the week with leagues and all kinds of things happening. So from time to time I do have to respond to those important messages. My apologies, everybody, as we just kind of went silent there for a second. Again, the guys are just putting in laps right now, getting a little extra practice while we get the grid set up. So the race should be starting here shortly. Alright, so we are hanging out in YouTube chat here at the Gtrc as well, ladies and gentlemen. And we are also hanging out in GT45's YouTube chat as well, to make sure we're not missing any of the comments from everybody today. We are doing our absolutely best to hang out with the viewers, the fans. But we are officially underway here, hopefully. We have no more issues with the pits. And with the grid start, and we can just kick this thing off. So we are about to get started, ladies and gentlemen. The lights are red, the drivers are revving the engines. We are about to go racing. You can hear the engines revving right now. The lights are about to go green, and the drivers are off, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like everybody got off the grid clean this time. We are good. We are good, ladies and gentlemen. It is race time. As this distinct space gets a little bit of a slow start and losing a couple positions very early on as Hairraiser is absolutely battling that NSX and that Ferrari right now for first position. And we can see, I can't even see who the name is behind there. There's so much going on. We have Super trying to follow through. A little bit of contact between Distinct Space and Super there as Distinct tried to get onto that apex, but that Super is sitting there right beside him. So we Hairraiser in first, we have Distinct in second, we got Super in third, we got Boo in fourth, Doug in fifth, Ibra in sixth, 750 and Tap battling for seventh and eighth here right now as they are side by side. Ibra going to make this 3 wide. We're going to go 3 wide through this corner, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to make the move on Boo, but he does get sent a little bit wide. And he's not going to get that move on Boo, but now he might lose that position to 750 as well. As you can see, Doug getting over in fourth place. There is so much going on at the start of this race. Holy moly, let's get back with the front here. We have Hairraiser in first. Super has now gotten past Distinct Space here in second. We'll mark that, see if we can catch that here in a little bit. And Distinct now trying to push for, ooh, a little bit of contact there between the drivers again as well. These are really tight quarters. This is a really technical sector to be running side by side on. These guys are doing a fantastic job. A little bit of Rubbins racing going on there, ladies and gentlemen. Great stuff by both these drivers. As we see Supra just pulling ahead of that NSX with that straight line speed in that Lamborghini. Just a little bit better than the NSX, ladies and gentlemen. So on these long straightaways, that Lamborghini is absolutely suited for this. As we see Distinct going a little bit wide there, is that going to cost him yet another position? As Doug has now got his nose poked in beside him. Doug is going to try and get the move done coming into this inside corner. And no, Distinct closes the door. A little bit later on the brakes coming into that corner there and just absolutely shuts the door on Doug. As it looks like we got a pass now from Boo on Doug as well. So lots of battling going on very, very early on in the race. As you see all the drivers just really hugging that curb there, getting a little bit of that sausage, making the cars unsettled and jump a little bit. The drivers do need to watch out as the tires start to wear down, as that will unbalance your car and could potentially send you spinning. So absolutely great battle going on in the top 5 right now. This is absolutely great stuff. As you can see, Doug trying to get a move done outside of Boo here. This is a great racing as Boo is absolutely squeezing him here right now and not giving him any racetrack to work with. So Doug's like, all right, you know what? Fine, I'm going to play this game. Looking for the cutback coming around the corner. Can't quite get it done as he's going to be stuck outside coming through the last 2 parts here. Woo, these guys, I am out of breath, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, what a race we got going today. These guys are absolutely flying and battling on early on in this race. This is great stuff. As we see Tap moving up into 6th here now as well. Being from the back of the pack, he's having a fantastic race very early on here. We got 750 in 7th. We've got Ibra in 8th. We've got Colby very close behind Ibra in 9th place here. Type R in 10th. Now, unfortunately for these Renaults, straight line speed is going to be an issue for these cars today. So hopefully these guys can maybe work together a little bit and try to push each other up back into these faster cars in the straight line. All they need is some slipstream. If they can get these cars into slipstream, they will be 100% competitive, because these Renaults are extremely versatile and agile. And we have Supra getting around now, taking the lead from Hairraiser, as we see Distinct going inside for second. He is going to go wide. We're going to see a cutback coming back from Hairraiser here. No. Distinct Space manages just to keep that move done. Let's mark that and get a quick look at that. Ooh, we just missed it. We can go further back. 1 second, chat. Go a little bit further back here. There we go. So we see Distinct coming just on Hairraiser. Dives on the inside coming into the next corner. A little bit of overspeed there, but he held it together, and he had the inside track for the following corner, which was allowed him to absolutely get that move done. Great move there by Distinct to regain second place from Hairraiser. These guys are absolutely putting it all on the line very early on the race. This is some great stuff today, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing better than a fantastic, tight, action-packed race here on Gran Turismo Sport on a Saturday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Hairraiser now in third. The guys starting to slowly pull a little bit of distance between each other, get a little bit of breathing space. That was an intense first 3 laps, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, great job by all the race drivers so far here on track. Absolutely great battles all throughout the fielders. We have Boo now closing in on this battle for first, second, and third in fourth place. Doug so close behind. Tap is right there. 750 is right there. We have a 7-car train at the front half of this pack right now, and we can see just behind there is Colby and Ibra in 8th and 9th. As you can see them starting to close up now. Are these two drivers going to work together to try and catch that train, or are they going to battle a little bit here? That's going to be interesting to see if there's a little bit of strategy to play in here. And we do have Type R and Happy Pappy now getting close to each other. Same situation. Are we going to see these two guys start to help each other catch the train in front? If these guys can catch the train, they stand a shot. They have a very good chance at making podium in this race. Again, this car is extremely well suited for the technical sectors on this track. It's just that big, long straight line. And we have a battle now going for first place here, as we have Distinct now pushing the issue on Supra, making an outside move. Is he going to make this stick? Supra getting the easy inside line here, but now Distinct has the inside line coming through this part of the corner. Not going to get it done. Ooh, a little tap in the back end there. Just backs off, make sure the Supra keeps his position. That's great racing etiquette right there. He did not mean to get into the back end of the car. He just had a little bit of a better run there. And just a smart play there. None of the drivers wrecked, which is fantastic to see. He's just going to reset and wait for a better opportunity and try it again. So we have an absolutely great battle going in this race today. Wow, what a race you guys are putting on. You guys are legends. Keep going, GTRC. Let's go. So we have Supra still holding on to first place, but Distinct absolutely putting pressure on him here. And you can see a little bit of dirty air factoring as Distinct gets a little bit wide there, as he is almost tucked right in underneath the bumper of that Lamborghini in front of him. And Hairraiser now starting to close back in on these two, pulling Boo right in the train behind them. So these 4 drivers have opened up a small gap, as we see Supra now thinking about making a move here, and Hairraiser trying to take advantage and just trying to get his nose on the back fender there, but wasn't able to get deep enough in there to make it stick. So these guys are just battling. We're going to see some position changes throughout this race without a question of a doubt, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely intense racing right here. These drivers have got to be grinding their teeth. They got to be gripping those steering wheels a little tight right now. There's probably a little... Oh, and Supra goes real hard through the corner there. Is he going to hold that? He cannot hold that. He came in with too much overspeed, really made an ambitious move on Distinct Space, and just wasn't quite able to get that done. Let's take another look at that. Oh no, we can't take a look at it. Hold on, chat. We gotta fix this. We gotta jump out, we gotta come back in. We got a little bit of a keyboard bug going here. Unfortunately, we can't re-look at that attempted move there, but it was a good attempt nonetheless, but it just didn't work for him. He had too much speed. He really went wide through the corner. He's actually really fortunate he didn't lose a position to the third place driver, Hairraiser, behind him. Potentially, too, with Boo just sitting in behind the 3 drivers here. Boo, out of all these drivers, may very well be in the best position to capitalize on a big mistake. Just due to the fact that these other three race car drivers are so close together. If one has a little bit of an issue in a corner, it could very well affect the whole train behind them. So, be interesting to see how these drivers play out this battle here. And these drivers are absolutely just one behind another, behind another, behind another. Almost nose to bumper here. Great stuff coming from the drivers here today at the Gtrc. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a GR4 manufacturer series. As we see Doug trying to make a move on tap here. So, we're going to keep our eye on this for a moment. We have a battle for 5th place brewing here. Woo! Doug getting a little bit of airtime there on that BMW as he hit that. Oh! We have a spin! Somebody spun out. Who spun out, ladies and gentlemen? Distinct Space! Distinct Space has spun. Let's go take a look at what happened there. Oh, my replays aren't working! Oh no, chat. We have been having problems with the lobbies in Gran Turismo Sport here over the last little while with just weird things happening. We don't know if it's the fact that they're getting ready for GT7 and they're testing things in GT Sport to see if they're working properly for GT7. I'm not sure what's happening, but the lobbies have been suffering some interesting glitches and bugs lately, and unfortunately they have been interfering with our commentating and live replays. So, you know, let's see if we can, whoops, just mess around with it a little bit here real quick. See if we can get this to correct itself. Sometimes it's just a matter of switching the settings around. So let's test this out. Let's see if we've got a replay here. Oh, we really do not. Unfortunately, the replays aren't going to work. And we're getting a bunch of spam up in YouTube chat on GT45 Gaming. Again, you guys, if I am not posting the link in the YouTube channel, do not touch the link. It is bots trying to hack your accounts. I do my absolute best to remove them as quickly as I can. Just make sure you guys don't push on those links, please and thank you. Alright, so I don't have live replays working right now. We are 100% suffering from a pit glitch. Really the only... Oh, we have a move! Is Hair Razor going to get this done? Ooh! Hair Razor tried to get inside there, and Supra pinched him right off. That's a tough one to make there. Hair Razor did a really good job at keeping control of the car. He did get absolutely 100% forced off the track there, as Supra just didn't give him his room. Hair Razor did have the inside track there. So, I'm sure that that's going to be something the stewards are going to be looking at after the race here today. It is up to the driver's responsibilities to make sure you leave enough room for the driver beside you to hold the line on the racetrack, and that absolutely wasn't the case there. I don't know if he just didn't see him or he thought he had room to cut the line off before he tried to make the move, but nonetheless, a little bit of an incident there. There was no contact there at all, but absolutely forced off the track a little bit there. So we'll leave that in the hands of the stewarding officials, of course, but you know, sometimes it happens, guys. Sometimes the drivers just miss a driver making a move. It was a little bit of an ambitious move, but he did have the inside line there, and should have been left a space to try and battle for first place. But as you can see, Hair Razor doesn't seem too phased by it. He's right back on the back of Supra here and waiting for another opportunity to make another move. It happens, guys. This is racing. These guys are absolutely 110% battling hard today, and it shows. It shows on track. These guys are putting on an absolute show today, as we have Doug trying to get another move done on tap here. So let's see if these guys can get this done. Doug is ahead of Tap here, coming into the corner. Is he going to get it done? It looks like he's going to get this move done. We're going to stick with it, see if Tap has a cutback response. No, Tap, we do have a battle brewing here up again in the lead. So let's go take a look as Hair Razor tried to get him out on the outside. He ran a little bit wide there. Again, that looked like dirty air. It just kind of, the car didn't turn in quite as well as he wanted it to, and he just took the corner a little wide. But now that gives Boo a chance to try and fight for second position on Hair Razor here as well. So, again, the more and more of these drivers battle up here for first, second, and third place, the more chance that the train behind them has a chance to catch back up to these drivers and make it absolutely a bigger battle for the podium positions today. We're only like 13 minutes into this race, and I'm already exhausted. These guys are absolutely just putting on a show today. This is some really great racing we're seeing here today. Out of all the races I've commentated for GTRC so far, this is by far the most best, awesome, fun race I have been a part of to date. This is just a show. These guys are so working it, so beautiful. This is some great clean racing from these guys, and they are working these GR4 cars on this Dragon Trails Garden track today. They are working these cars, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to try and get through the field here, hopefully not miss anything. As you see, the top 3 drivers all within 0.5 of a second of each other from first to third place. Not much of a gap there. We have Doug just sitting in front of Tap here in 4th place, and we just seen them make that move. Tap did take a little bit of a peek there. He thought about making a move there into the corner, but he is just going to bleed that penalty off coming into the braking zone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is okay. The drivers are allowed to bleed chunks of their penalties off going through the corners, as long as they're maintaining race pace. So in that case, that's a perfect example. You've seen him lose a couple tenths of a second off that penalty he had, but he actually didn't lose a stitch of time on Doug in front of him, which means he's maintaining race pace, so that is okay. And we have Trone here in 7th, Ibra in 8th. I'm sorry, guys, the guys in the back of the field right now. We do need to give you guys your screen time. It's just been so much battling up front. And we do have Happy Pappy and Type R still very close together here. Happy Pappy has jumped out in front of Type R. Now, I'm assuming due to the fact that these guys are running similar manufacturers, there's a little bit of teamwork happening between some of these guys driving for the Manufacturer Cup as well. At the end of the day, these guys are running for individual points, but you may start seeing a little bit of a team dynamic working into these races as the season progresses as well. Just because some cars are stronger on some tracks than others. So, where you see a car struggle on one race, the next round that car might absolutely excel. And that's the best thing about manufacturer series racing. It's throughout the track combinations throughout the season. It really does try to level the playing field. And we have distinct space here. He does have fastest lap on track. He is a fair ways behind the rest of the field at the moment after having that incident. Unfortunately, we don't know what happened because my replay stopped working, of course. And again, the only way for me to fix that now at this point is actually to leave the lobby and come back in. And by doing that, I am risking shutting the lobby down with a glitch. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to deal with the fact that we don't have replays. We're going to do our absolute best to try and catch all the action live as best we can, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for that. It's just one of those things. But we do see Boo now pulling ahead of Hair Razor for 2nd place. We did miss that move as we were going through the field. That's usually the way it goes when we decide to go through the field. We miss something happening on track. I do apologize for not having, for some reason, we just don't have live replays. It's just not working, so it is what it is. And as you can see, Boo's now starting to push the issue on Supra here as well. So Boo maybe have been playing a little bit of patience strategy there for a little bit. And now that the race is starting to kind of settle in, realizing that he might have a little bit more pace than these 2 cars in front of him, and he's going to finally say, you know what, I'm faster than you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and get ahead of you guys and set the pace. So that kind of looks like what's happening here. We'll see what progresses as the race continues on. We're about 10 laps in now. We can see the drivers are roughly down to about a half a tank of fuel. Tires are wearing pretty decent, so I suspect we'll see pit stops in another 5 laps from probably the majority of the drivers here today. And I really am having a hard time not leaving this 1st and 2nd place battle here at the moment, as we see Tap has gotten around Dugborough again as well. So Tap now getting back into 4th place. And Trone has gotten around Colby, 750 as well, sorry. So Ibra now trying to catch up to 750. And then, of course, we've got Pappy and Type R with the Renault Meganes. Not really that far. I mean, only a second and a little over a second and a half. That's actually not that much time to make up on track. One driver makes a mistake and you've made that time up. It's that simple here. So, and with this track being so technical, drivers are going to make mistakes. It's inevitable. So we do see distinct space here. Just pushing. He's just pushing. He's trying to get caught up right now. We'll absolutely be keeping our eye on him. You might have to use a little bit of pit strategy to get a little more back into this race, as we saw last week. Barr had an incident on track and he had to take an early pit to fix damage, but a good pit strategy and some good solid driving actually got him back into the race, and he actually gained 2 or 3 positions. So it's just possible. It's not impossible. As we see Boo now taking the lead from Supra here. I'm really frustrated I don't have my replays right now. It is unbelievable how frustrated I am by that. So, we'll try to do our best not to miss the action, guys. It's so hard when you have so many drivers so close together in a race like this. It's just so hard to catch every single thing that's happening. We're doing our best by looking at the radars on the top right-hand side of the screen and all these things as well, and keeping our eye on how close the cars together are. Doing our absolute best to try not to miss any of the great action, as we do look like we're going to have a battle developing between Hellraiser and Super again for second place. And it's starting to look like these MR cars are doing very well here on Dragon Trail Gardens. And Super's gonna, or Hellraiser's gonna go outside on Super here and try to get this pass done coming around this left-hand corner here. Can he make that stick on the outside? They are still side by side. They're drag racing coming down a little bit of a straightaway here. Again, he's on the outside still, so really difficult pass he's trying to make here. But if he can get this done, he now has the inside track. Is he going to make this move stick? He does get ahead coming into the final little sector there, and looks like the move's going to stick. So really good job by Hellraiser to make that pass on the outside, ladies and gentlemen. He's stuck with Super there, and fantastic driving by both these drivers to race side by side at pace like that, not have an incident, and keep it all together. Cheers. Oh, awesome. Appreciate it, Wansel. Appreciate it, man. Once. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for tuning in, my guy. I appreciate all the love, for sure. And again, I apologize, you guys, if you see a post come up from some kind of spam link, do not press on the link in the YouTube chat, everybody. Just ignore them. They are being deleted as we're catching them, so I do apologize for that. Somehow they're getting through the filters here on YouTube. And oh, we got Tap going really wide there. He ate some grass. He was helping the care maintenance here at the racetrack today by doing a little grass mowing there, and he's very fortunate that Doug did not capitalize on that mistake and get that position from him there. So good job by Tap to not spin the car getting into the grass there, but also keep it on track and not lose his position. Most likely losing a little bit of time. Whoa, we got a battle here. We still have a battle between Supra and Hellraiser. As we've seen, Hellraiser getting a little bit squirrely there. It didn't look like there was contact there, so Supra now getting second place back from Hellraiser. And right now, Boo is probably all smiles. He sees these two guys battling behind him, and that is 100% giving Boo a chance to absolutely pull a gap on these two drivers. So the more and more the second and third place drivers battle right now, the more and more they're going to give the opportunity to the leader to get away from them and start controlling the race here. So Tap is actually now starting to gain back up on the Ferrari and the Lamborghini in front of him here, even after going a little wide into that corner. So getting caught back up into this battle for second and third place here. And we can see Doug just off in the distance with the other BMW there as well. So, you know, this race is very, very far from over today, ladies and gentlemen. There is many drivers up for the race win here. So, oh my God. The spam. Alright. So, again, as I'm saying, we're going to have some good battles right to the end of this race, I suspect. We have Ibra and 750. Ibra now getting around 750 as well, so I'm not sure if 750 is maybe playing a little bit of strategy here right now and just trying to save fuel. We're just kind of going through the drivers and looking at the fuel tires here. Maybe he's trying to conserve tires, because he does look like he has some... His tire wear is a little bit worse than the drivers in front of him, and also the drivers behind him, as we see Happy Pappy and Type R still quite close together here. And let's go check on Distinct here, up in 11th place. Distinct has pulled about 4 seconds on the drivers in front of him, so starting to close the gap. But you can see he's pushing, and you can tell by the look of his tires, he is 100% pushing really, really hard here right now to try and get caught up on the pack. Ideally, to get caught up on the pack right at when everybody's kind of pitting would be the ideal situation for him. That gets him right back in the race, coming out of the track with fresh tires as well. Or maybe he might try for an undercut, pitting, anticipating and going in a lap or two early, and maybe trying to gain that time back that way as well. So he does have a couple of options there. As we have Tap now in second place, past Hellraiser and Doug, and I'm assuming Super has had an issue here, as he's now in 5th place. Man, every time we leave this lead pack, we miss something. Oh, we got a little bit of contact between Super and Doug there. Super did back off just enough there not to create a spin. tucks back in behind and waits to fight for another day. So great stuff there. Again, just to go to show you how hard these guys are racing today. You know, they are making small amounts of contacts, just pushing that extra little bit to try and catch that driver. So, but the driver's doing a fantastic job for the most part at not creating the other driver to lose any time or momentum. So it's a very tough deal when you're fighting for championship here. These guys are fighting for championships, ladies and gentlemen. So you know they are going to race. You are going to see some aggressive driving at times because they want to get that position locked down. So you are going to see a little bit of contact from time to time in these races, and a little bit of contact. There is nothing wrong with a little bit of contact. That doesn't make you a bad driver. It makes you a race car driver, ladies and gentlemen. We see it in live racing all the time. It's no different here on sim racing. So the only difference is if you hit a wall at 140 miles an hour, you know, you can just shake it off, get back on track, keep driving the car. So the only difference between sim racing and the real deal, all right? So we have Doug here in fourth with Supra now trying to regain some positions here. As you can see, him trying to close back up on Doug here in that Lamborghini. Lamborghinis, you can see the tire wear fairly hard on this Lamborghini as well. So the Lamborghini's struggling with tire wear here in this race, and that's going to play a factor into these cars. We have the Ferrari here of Colby in 6th place, having a very solid run for the first race of his series this season. We have 750, battling Ibra, and Ibra did make a little bit of contact there. No harm, no foul. None of the drivers really, if anything, Ibra got the worst of that, making contact, because he went out a little bit wide after the corner there. So, he's drag racing down the straightaway here. Both these cars have good straight line speed, so this is actually a really good impressive drag race. But the Lamborghini just edging him out at the end of the straight. But again, Ibra does have the inside track coming through the technical sector here, so Ibra should be able to keep this done. But that Lamborghini has some great straight line speed, ladies and gentlemen. He may very well, as you can see, he is absolutely transferring some paint from bumper to bumper here right now. That's how close he is as he dives inside to make the move here. Ibra does see that move coming, gives him the space. Great respect by these two race car drivers here right now, ladies and gentlemen. They are absolutely racing hard, nice and clean. Great job by 750 and Ibra racing side by side like that for position in the mid pack here. So great job by these two drivers. And again, we see Ibra going a little bit wide there. Now again, you ladies and gentlemen, that is a dirty air thing. And you know what? Let's go see if we can find a couple drivers that are fairly close together here. We're starting to see the pit lane pit stops happening, so the drivers are going to start to space out just a little bit here. We have Hair Razor and Type R here as well. Did Hair Razor have an instant, or has no? Hair Razor has pit, so we're gonna try and use these two guys right here to explain what I mean when I say dirty air. So we're gonna get on board with Type R here for a second, guys, and we're gonna jump in a bumper. Let's go into hood cam here. So he's not quite close enough for dirty air to fully affect him here. He's in the slipstream string. So what this is going to do is the slipstream is going to pull him closer and closer to the car in front of him just by natural physics, right? He's punching the hole in the air and he's leaving a draft behind, and what's happening is the car behind that Ferrari is picking up that air and is pulling him into the back end of the Ferrari in front. Now, what happens when we're going to see if we can find two cars a little bit closer together here for you guys. It's hard to, there, okay, these two cars are really close together. We got Supra and Type R close together here. So Supra is, you know, about a tenth and a half away from the back end of Type R. So now when the cars get this tight together like this, they're in dirty air. So you see him move out to make the pass here. Obviously, he's going to try and get that inside move done. And Type R is not going to give it to him easily, as he is right on the back bumper there. He does get that move done though around Type R. Type R, I believe, still hasn't pitched yet, so he is on older tires compared to the Lamborghini we're seeing here. Let's jump up to maybe Hair Razor here, as he is starting to kind of close in on Happy Pappy here as well. So again, as I was saying, dirty air, ladies and gentlemen. When the cars are really tight together, bumper to bumper, in behind each other, you're going to see a lot of things happening when you see two cars racing that tight together. You're going to see the car in the back swerving side to side, you know, half a car width from one side to the other of the car behind him. That's for two reasons. One, he's being pulled along in a slipstream, and depending on the view he's driving, and he might not be able to see around the car that well either. As you can see him right on that back bumper there now. So they're doing that, A, to be able to see around the car, But dirty air also affects your braking, and so right here, you see him losing a little bit of time there on Happy Pappy because he had to actually brake 5 to 10 meters sooner than he normally would coming into the sector because he's in dirty air. If you try to maintain your normal braking patterns and racing line while you're in dirty air, you are going to do one of two things. You're going to take the corner really, really wide because the dirty air is essentially sucking you in towards the car that you're in front of, and you have overspeed coming into the corner, so essentially that's going to push you further out into the corner. And if you're late on the brakes, that means you're not on your racing line, and if you do go too wide and you get into the marbles on the end of the racetrack, and we'll explain what I mean by that in a second, ladies and gentlemen, you could very well get into some dirty tire situation, and the car will actually spin around on you. So driving in dirty air is absolutely a real thing. And it does affect how these cars handle going in and out of cornering. It also affects acceleration rates. So working together can also be of a massive advantage. If you have two cars working together, front bumper to rear bumper, and two drivers that are really comfortable driving that close together and are very comfortable going into braking zones and coming out in and out of corners and driving like that, those two drivers will actually start to pick up time on the field in front of them. And the reason for that being because one driver pushing the other driver, they're actually gaining speed as a collective group. So you can actually gain speed that way again, but the driver that is the chase driver or the driver who's pushing the guy in front has to be very conscious and very aware of dirty air situation, that he's going to have some overspeed coming into corners, and he does have to make that adjustment accordingly while working with another driver. So there's lots of factors into that. It's not as easy as it looks, and there is a lot of real physics behind it, as we're starting to see most of the pit stops starting to kind of come around here. So once that happens, we will go back through the field and see where everybody settles in after the pit stop. So we have a couple drivers still out on track. They are going to have to pit as we see Happy Pappy starting to get low on fuel here, so he's going to pit. We have 750 has pit. Looks like Doug has also pit. We've lost a driver. We have lost a driver, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have lost Distinct. Yes, we have lost Distinct Space, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if he just had a disconnect issue or if he just called it a day. But we have lost one driver in the field today, so we are down to 10 racers now. And Boo is in the lead, so we are at the final. Everybody's circulated through their first round of pit stops. And it looks like that'll be the only stop for these drivers today, as we only have about 18 and a half minutes left in the race. So these drivers all should very easily be able to go the rest of the distance on fuel and tire. So we have a 4-second gap between Boo and Tap at the moment. We have 4-second gap between Tap and Hair Razor in third place. And then from fourth to third, we only have 1.3 seconds. So we're going to see a battle developing here, most likely in the near future, if I had to guess. And then we have a little bit of a space. We have about a 12-second gap from 5th to 4th. And then we're sitting at 5 seconds from 5 to 6. And 2 seconds from 6 to 7. Doug's a pretty pacey driver, though, so I suspect that he's going to push and probably gain some of that time back. We will see, as Doug is about 7 seconds in front of Ibra. Ibra is about just less than a second in front of Happy Pappy, so we might start seeing a battle develop for 9th and 8th place here. As we see Ibra going a little bit wide there, so Happy Pappy getting a chance to gain a little bit more time on him right there as well. And we see Type R just in behind Pappy there, off in the backside of the shot as well, routing out the field here. So let's go back to Happy Pappy here, as it looks like he is starting to get into the slipstream range of the driver in front. He hasn't lost a little bit of time on the straightaway. Again, the Corvette with a much better straight line speed than that Renault, so the Renault really does need to be really close on that Corvette coming out of the corner on that big straightaway to be able to maintain the Corvette's pace, because it just does have better pulling power, so you need to be in the slip already So as the Corvette accelerates, it helps your acceleration pull you along the track with them. So just wasn't able to quite get that Renault close enough to the Corvette to get into that slip. So you'll have to work on regaining that distance through the technical sectors again and try again on the next lap to get into that slipstream. So our top 4 drivers are all within about 8 seconds apart from each other. So one mistake from any one of these drivers up in the front of the field and it will absolutely give the chance for the driver chasing to make a move. As we are still monitoring these gaps, Hairraiser and Supra are starting to tighten up. We'd see 6 tenths of a second, 8 tenths of a second there. 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths. Supra is in the slipstream of Hairraiser here now. So let's jump in with Supra and let's jump in the hood cam here. Yeah, let's jump into chase cam and just watch as he tries to get caught back up to Hairraiser here. So right now the gap is just over 3/4 of a second. These Group 4 cars need roughly about 7 tenths of a second to grab slipstream. So he is 100% right on the verge of slipstream. Oh, as we see mistake, Hairraiser did make a bit of a mistake coming out of that corner. He went a little bit wide, got a little bit squirrely. So easily giving Supra the opportunity to get tucked right in. You can see that now. You see that time dropping by a 1/2 tenth every second. Is he? Ooh, little tap coming into the corner there. Right on top of him coming through the braking zone there. He just had to check up a little tiny bit. So he's losing a little bit of time coming out of the corner, but still very, very well within that slipstream. And we're just trying to show you that slipstream effect here right now, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to be heavy on the acceleration when you're in a slipstream to get caught up to that car. Essentially right now the Ferrari is helping the Lamborghini catch up because he is in what we call the slipstream. So he's in that aerodynamic flow coming off that Ferrari. And by doing that, it is pulling him closer to the Ferrari at hand. And you can see these cars have very, it looks like they have similar acceleration rates as a matter of fact here. So the slipstream is going to be absolutely vital for Supra here to be able to get close enough caught up to make a move coming into a corner here, because it looks like the Ferrari and the Lamborghini are extremely closely matched here as well. So absolutely great stuff today by these drivers. Man, they had me on the edge of my. They had me working hard for the first half of that race, man. I need to get some fluids back into the vocals here. So we are with Boo here. Let's just rip through the field quick. We do have we have this battle developing here. I really don't want to miss this battle, so let's just stick with these guys for a minute. I do want to try and get an onboard on with our leader here before the end of the race, but we've got to stick with this battle since my replays aren't working. So yeah, we're gonna stick with this because this is where the closest battle on track is at the moment. We do see a little battle back there for looks like 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're going to keep our eyes on that. We're monitoring that as we're watching this battle here for 3rd place as well. So Supra absolutely trying to get a third place position from Hairraiser here, and Hairraiser trying to do everything in his power not to give that 3rd place position up. We are 13 minutes remaining in this race, so the drivers are now starting to really think about their positioning, where they are on track, whether or not they can make up time, and how they're going to try and catch the driver in front. And then, of course, again, we say this almost every broadcast, it is one thing to catch a driver, it's a whole other thing to get past that driver on track. So, be interesting to see how Supra handles this here. We're just going to flip through the field quick. We want to go check this little mini battle out here back here as well between Ibra, Happy, and Type R, as these cars are starting to really close up here as well. Corvette going a little bit wide there. There are certain parts in these technical sectors where it's okay to put your tires over the track edge, and you really shouldn't pick up too much dirt on the tires. And that is actually one of the spots where it's not the worst thing in the world. If you end up going just a smidge wide, you're still able to get the power down coming through the next corner. So if you're going to go wide a little bit, that is a spot to go wide for sure a little bit. And Boo is losing some time here. He's only now 3 seconds down, where he was 4.7 seconds ahead, up on top earlier. So we have Top here trying to absolutely close the distance on Boo here. So we'll have to keep our eye on that too, because there is enough time at the rate he's shedding time to catch up to Boo before the end of this race here. So, and again, this battle is just absolutely going here. Supra is thinking about going on the left side of Hair Razor here. He does have that nose in there. He is going to try and keep this inside line going through the corner, and Hair Razor just said, nope, not happening, my guy. You're going to have to do a little bit better than that. Shutting the door on him there, and Supra's going to have to wait for another opportunity here. So he did take a look. He absolutely took a look. He did have that Lamborghini just inside the rear quarter panel of that Ferrari there, but maybe thinking that wasn't the time to make the move and just backed off the tiniest little amount, gave Hair Razor the line, waiting for a better opportunity here to make the move. Again, now with only 11 minutes left in the race as well, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to make a too aggressive of a move too early. You don't want to give the driver you've just passed for position a chance to get that position back on you, and or you don't want to mistake trying to be a little extra aggressive to get that position. So that was a really good job by Supra there, not to get too over aggressive and excited about what was going on right at that moment, and just played it cool, calm, and collected. And both racers live to continue racing for that podium position. So really great stuff today by all the drivers here. 750 there in the Lamborghinis we just saw in 6th. We've got Ibra, Happy Pappy, and Type R in 7th, 8th, and 9th, starting to close up on each other here. And Doug back in 10th here. He's quite a ways behind here, maybe having an incident. I'm not really sure, but really unfortunate there, as he is one of the drivers up in the standings, fairly high up in the standings right now, but still on track and still collecting points. That's the important thing, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to have a perfect race every race. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have a good race and a bad race here and there, and then you're going to have your average races, and that's what it's all about. You know, that's why we do this. So no stress. It's very early on in the season yet, and lots of time to continue building the points on those championship standings. So you know, the drivers don't stress too much if they have a rough race. There's always another race to make it up for it. And you know, sometimes the driver's just not comfortable with the racetrack, or maybe the car on the racetrack. There's lots of factors that play into each race. So you might see some strong drivers that struggle on certain racetracks, and that's just the way it is. And this battle is so close. It's so hard to say who's going to end up in 3rd place here by the end of this race. It kind of looks like Supra is just kind of playing it safe and really being patient on when to really try and make that move here. Sizing up his opponent. Being the guy that's driving in the back is very good information too when you're getting down to the nitty-gritty like this in a race, ladies and gentlemen. You can see where you're losing time on the guy in front of you. You can see where you're gaining time on the guy in front of you. That gives you race information while you're racing to try and figure out how you're going to catch that driver and get around them. So, you know, sometimes it's not a bad thing to sit behind the guy you're racing for 2 or 3 laps if it's not hurting your pace or their pace to just do your homework on the driver you're about to try and fight for position. Every little bit of extra information you have when you're fighting an opponent on track is always useful, obviously. And you know, sometimes you can use their mistakes to your advantage. So that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's not just a matter of picking up your controller or jumping in your rig and turning the steering wheel and hitting the gas pedal. There is a lot that goes into this. There's a lot of strategy involved in these races. There's a lot of work that goes into these races, and a lot of practice that goes into these races. So, you know, it's not that simple, but it is a lot of fun. And I mean, if you're sick and tired of running in open lobbies and FIA races and daily races, because we all know they're a little tough to drive in, and there's a lot of aggressive drivers that do questionable stuff all the time, this is where you want to race then. As you can see today on the broadcast, these drivers have absolutely just been flying around the racetrack, battling hard, very clean. The little bit of contact these drivers are making isn't spinning other drivers out. It's not costing them the race. And we do have Supra has gotten around Hair Razor here, but we also see Supra picking up that half-second penalty here as well. And he bled that off in the braking zone there. I'm actually shocked he was able to get the whole bleed there, but I mean, it looked fine to me. He was maintaining race pace. he didn't interfere with the driver behind him at all. If anything, he just gave Hair Razor the chance to catch up. But unfortunate for Hair Razor, because he was probably really hoping that he was going to have a bit of that penalty sitting there to have to pull over and bleed coming up to the start-finish line to get the easy position back. But we did see Supra just make a little mistake there. He did get those tires into the grass, so that has allowed Hair Razor to really close back up on the back bumper of Supra here. So these guys are battling. That third place position is 100% still up in the air, as it seems like Boo in first place here has a pretty good handle on the race today. Tap is also looking very strong here in second place, coming down to the 6-minute mark. Supra and Hair Razor are just absolutely battling. They've been battling for lap after lap after lap for probably about the last 8 or 9 laps. It has been absolutely great racing by these two. We see Hair Razor now going to try and make the move on the inside coming into the corner here. Great racing awareness by both the drivers here. Supra giving him the space to make that, to keep that line inside. And Hair Razor is having a hard time getting that move done. As we can see, Supra really outbroke Hair Razor going through into that sector there. Hair Razor kind of went a little hard on the brakes, and Supra just drove right through that corner with that Lamborghini. So really being able to shut the door on that move from Hair Razor, thank you very much. You got to do a little bit better than that. But we are going to see, Hair Razor did take a look there for a second. He is absolutely going to try and get that done on the inside there. He took a very, very, very good tight inside line. He absolutely 100% grabbed that apex. And he does manage to get back ahead of Supra here. So how is Supra going to respond now? These two drivers are having an amazing battle on track today, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are doing amazing. Oh, Supra goes wide. Ooh, he kept it together. Ooh, that was close, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's going to have some dirty tires here. He is going to have to be aware of that coming around the next couple corners. Ooh, you can see the dirty tire effect. He gets back into that grass. Keep it. Ooh, he is battling that car right now, ladies and gentlemen. Dirty tires are no joke. He, just trying to get cut back up to Hair Razor. As Hair Razor does manage to get back into P3 with only 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the race here, and getting a little bit of distance. So a little bit of breathing space. He can just put in his marks now. He just needs to put in his laps and just try to maintain that gap at this point. But we know Supra's not going to let up. You know he's going to push. He has the fuel to push, and the tires are starting to look a little wore, but we'll see how he handles that. Colby having a really solid race here today, ladies and gentlemen. I know we haven't spent a lot of time hanging out with our boy Colby here, just because there's been so much action in that front group. It's just been so hard to leave that part of the group here today. So Colby has had a fantastic race, ladies and gentlemen. The consistency has been fantastic when we're looking at his times here. For the most part, you know, he's within 0.6 of a second on lap times from his worst to his fastest in that little grouping there, minus what looks like to be a pit lap. So doing a really good job, having a really strong race, and absolutely nothing wrong with a 5th place finish, ladies and gentlemen. You can finish 5th place, 4th place, 6th place all season long and end up in a really good position in the standings. So we have a battle developing here for 7th, 8th, and 9th, as well as we have Happy Pappy, we have Ibra, and we have Doug Barrow, battling for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Now, Happy Pappy was behind Ibra a little while ago, so Happy Pappy has caught that Corvette and got the move done. So, great job by Pappy to take full advantage of everything that car has in the technical sectors. And, ooh, Ibra's going to try and make a move there. Ooh, come on, you keep going, guys, keep going, keep going. As Doug taking advantage of that big mistake. Now, that was a questionable move by Ibra right there, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Pappy was already into the corner. Ibra, I think, was a little bit ambitious and just tried to force that move a little bit. And it did cause Happy Pappy and Ibra to make a little bit of a mistake there, which allowed Doug to actually move up into 7th place on these two drivers. So, a little bit of an unfortunate incident there. But, again, we are nearing the end of this race, and I did say it earlier, these drivers will start to get a little bit more aggressive, trying to get that extra position and those extra points. So, you know, we'll see what results from that as well. It is what it is. Again, at least the drivers managed to keep it on track. They did lose some time there, but Doug capitalizing on that mistake right there and gaining 2 positions. So great job by Doug there to be cool, calm, collected, and capitalize when the opportunity arose. That's what racing's all about. When cars start battling, sometimes things happen. So we have Tap in 2nd place here. Where are we at? We at 2 minutes remaining in the race. We have Hair Razor maintaining that 2-second gap on Supra behind him in the Lamborghini. You can tell Supra is pushing, though. You can see it. He's really trail braking through a lot of these corners right now, trying to maximize as much speed around every corner he can get out of that Lamborghini right now to try and get caught back up to Hair Razor. A minute 45 is not a lot of time, and we're just going to rip through the field really quick one more time here, as we are going to be potentially on our final lap here. So we got Doug now in 7th, we got Happy in 8th, and Happy is pushing. He wants his 7th place back, so we are going to do our best to keep our eye on these little mini battles we got going on here, but we do need to get to our race leader, ladies and gentlemen, as this will be the final lap of the race today. So we are with our leader, Boo, who has had a fantastic race. He was very calm, he was very patient, very in the early stages of the race. Didn't force the issue when he didn't need to, made sure he kept himself in a position to have a chance at a podium spot, and finds himself sitting on the top of the board right now. So we're going to stick with him as he's coming around here, and we'll see if he gets another lap or not. It's going to be close, I think, for Boo. Where the rest of the drivers are going to just get across for one more lap. So the whole field is on their final lap here, just about. And officially the final lap of the race now for all drivers. So we're going to stick with Boo here. It is going to be really close at the start-finish line here, whether or not he's going to get a victory lap, so to speak. I don't think he's got the time. No, I think when he comes across the start-finish line here, that will be the end of the race, and he will be our winner today. It is going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be close. No, this will be the race. So our winner for round 2 today, ladies and gentlemen, at Dragon Trail Gardens is Boo, with an absolutely fantastic drive, flashing his lights. He's absolutely over the moon right now, and Tap coming in with a very strong drive as well in 2nd place. We are going to go to Hair Razor as he's coming down the start-finish line, absolutely battling. Hair Razor was battling the whole race for position, and coming out on a podium finish, 3rd place. We have Supra just behind in 4th. What a great job by the top 4 drivers in the pack today. They were battling hard for a very large majority of the race. And again, Kobe was a very fantastic, solid race underneath him today. Coming across in 5th place. Congratulations, Kobe. We have 750 in 6th here. And he will hold his position in 6th place in that Lamborghini as well. So a great job by 750 as well, coming in 6th place. And we are now going to get to this battle for 7th as we're just coming around the final corner. Happy Pappy is in the slip, but I don't know if he's got the time to make this move. It is going to be close. It's going to come down to it here, gentlemen. Ooh, Doug and Pappy coming across the line at the same time. Ooh, and Type R just getting ahead of Ibra right at the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic job by all these drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We are doing podium interviews today. We're going to give the drivers a couple of minutes to decompress from the race, let them talk amongst themselves, and then we will go jump in chat with these guys, and we will do podium interviews for our top 3 finishers today. Absolutely great race. What a great race. This has been so far the best race of the week that we've commentated as far as action goes. We had a great race at Red Bull Ring in the rain yesterday with the OFR GTSNA League, but this race was amazing. This was such a great race. This was a fun one to commentate, ladies and gentlemen, and a privilege to be able to commentate guys racing as well as these guys performed today. I am absolutely thrilled by the way this race went today. What a great race. So unofficial results, ladies and gentlemen. So for those that don't understand what unofficial results is, so this is the race results as we see them happening right now. But there still has to be stewarding done. The drivers have 24 hours after this race to put in any incident reports with the stewards to go look at any incidents on track. So the official results won't be posted for a couple of days, And as soon as they do get posted, we will make a post for you guys on GT45 Gaming so you can keep up with what's going on with these guys as the season progresses. So unofficially in first place is Boo. We have BRUTAP finishing in B8 UTAP. Finishing in second, we have Hairraiser in third. We have Super in fourth. Colby with a very solid race in fifth place. 750 in sixth. Doug finishing seventh. Happy Pappy in eighth. Type R in ninth. Ibra in 10th. And Distinct Space with a D and F. So, great stuff by all the drivers here today. We're going to screenshot that just in case. And Boo with the fastest lap on track as well today on lap 26. So very close to near the end of the race and picking up that fastest lap. I believe there is extra points for that. So great job by Boo to win the race and also pick up the fastest lap. So let's go jump into chat with the guys here. I apologize if you guys hear some things that you maybe don't, a couple swear words might drop. These guys are decompressing, like I said, so just bear with it, you guys, and we'll get these over, and we'll be flying again next week. Hello, everybody. How's y'all doing?
Clean race bonus.
Alright, streamers in chat. Streamers in chat. PG, PG.
That was tough getting through the back end guys there, though. Yeah.
That, you guys, was an absolutely fantastic race.
We tried.
Guys, seriously,
we were sweating.
that was.
We were sweating.
I was running out of breath and voice in the first 15 minutes of that race, you guys. That was absolutely intense, man. That was some great stuff for real.
Just sorry I let you down, Ghost. I died twice.
I know.
You reincarnated.
My live replay stopped working halfway through the broadcast, and the only way to fix that is to leave the lobby altogether and come back in, and I didn't want to do that, so.
Oh, thank God for that. You don't get to see me crash a few times.
No, we missed it this time. I do have a replay. I mean, I can rebroadcast and show it if you really want.
No.
No.
I really don't.
I saw one of them.
And I died.
I saw one.
All right, well, great stuff, everybody. So we are going to talk with our third place finisher, Hairraiser, today, and great job on sneaking into the podium there. You and Supra were just having an absolutely intense battle for the last 11, 12 laps of that race. How explain how that was going through your head as you were running around trying to hold him off there.
I thought maybe I'm sweating a lot. First of all, congratulations, Supra. That was phenomenal. Great drive, man. Great drive. And that was hard. That was really, really tough to try and get past him. Oh God.
I'm sweating just watching you guys race today, man. Like, for real. That was some intense stuff.
It was really, yeah, it was intense. With some, I thought I got away, and then I hadn't, and then I had, and then I hadn't, and he was still there, and I was like, oh. So the whole lap he was making me sweat. First I'd get like 500s, and then he'd get me back, and I'm like, oh no. So he did really well.
Then I overtook you, and then understeer happened. I'm like, not now.
Yeah, he did.
No, that was some great battling for sure. Really, at the beginning of the race, the first 20 minutes of that race, there was 7 of you guys all in a train. I mean, that podium could have changed so many times.
Oh, that really.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a few chances for anybody on that.
That was some top level racing by all you guys out there today. Really was, man. That is not easy to do. We know that as racers. You got a lot of dirty air. You got a lot of factors in play there when you've got that many cars in a train. You guys just really did a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
Is there, any sponsors you want to shout out here, Razor? Anybody you want to thank before we move on to our second place finisher here?
I want to thank Gtrc for putting it on for us, because without them we won't be able to be doing this, so it'd be great. So just thank you very much, and all the admin teams and everyone that behind the scenes that put it all, and the commentators are doing really good work, so well done to you all.
And great job to yourself. Congratulations on that third place finish. And man, if you guys are gonna race like this for the rest of the season, woo, I can't wait.
Guaranteed.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed.
Oh, that was some great stuff. All right, so we're gonna move over to our second place finisher today, ladies and gentlemen, and that is B8 Tap. And great drive, brother. We seen you disconnect or have an issue there in qualifying, which unfortunately sent you right in the back of the grid at the start of the race, and you had a solid drive mate coming all the way back to second place there. Explain what was going through your head as you were trying to kind of move through the field there.
I just really wanted to get a super good start so I can get past at least a few of the guys in the back end and then focus on the front guys, because the guys in the back are tough to get past in the sections, and it's just, you'll need to get clear them quick.
Absolutely.
So I can try and make up for that bad quality that I had, because it's just the internet sometimes, you know?
Well, and that's the unfortunate reality in sim racing, right? I mean, we have guys from all over the world all in one spot together, and unfortunately, technology sometimes fails us.
Yeah. I'm just happy to. I was trying to get the good cut on Bo and Razor and them, but I managed to get ahead of Razor with the pit strategy. But Bo was he was too good with the fuel saving and saved up way too much.
Well, I mean, he was only getting stronger by the end of the race as well. He was starting to put faster and faster laps down as every lap went on near the end of the race. So he was definitely going to be hard to catch. Any sponsors, anybody you want to shout out to, any race teams, anything like that before we move on to our winner today?
To the entire GTRC group, great work, and with you with the commentating too as well.
Yeah, it was hard not to enjoy that one, you guys, man. You had me on the edge of my seat for a long time tonight, boy. Oh, I had to
Doug
work.
for sticking around after 2 crashes, jeez. And he still managed to stick it in there all right.
Yeah, well, some good battling going on all through the field there. It was, I never really knew where to go look, I gotta tell you. Alright, I appreciate that. An awesome job. Great job on that second place finish. And again, I just can't wait to see next week's race now.
Oh, man. It's gonna be really...
And to our first place finisher, Boo, I mean, finishing first place in round 1 as well. Oh, now responding back with another first place finish here today. Congratulations. Great drive. What was going through your head as you were battling very early on in the race in that super train you guys had going on there?
Well, thank you very much. I mean, these 2 tracks are 2 tracks that I've honestly, until race day, I was pretty much nowhere with, so really pleased with it. The trouble with Toyota is as soon as I qualify in pole, I'm basically putting myself in 4th, 5th position for the start of the race, because everybody just gets a massive launch on me. So yeah, just wanted to get a good start. Tuck behind some of the faster guys in the first laps. And as soon as that happened, just sort of picking my moments. So I saw Space and Hare battling first off, and then Super overtook me. So I managed to keep on to 4th place, and yeah, just basically peaking my moments, saving the fuel up early on. Doug overtook me at one point, so down to 5th. So yeah, just picking the moments, keeping it clean, not in any rush. We were keeping, all 5 of us were 6 with Tap as well when he joined in. It was just manic. It was just super busy. It was keeping calm, picking your moments.
And that's very good advice, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard it from our winner here today, and he's 100% right on that. And you've seen it on track. I even made mention of it in the broadcast a couple times. Your patience could very well potentially pay off. You could very well be in the best position in the race right now, and that's exactly what happened. Your patience paid off. You took opportunity when opportunity arose, and ended up getting a race win. So super huge congratulations. It was a really good drive. And anybody you want to thank, shout outs to?
Everybody here, really. Yourself, Ghost. You've had 3 congratulations, but I think everybody really appreciates the awesome work that you do. All the drivers, fantastic racing. If it wasn't for the other drivers, then these races wouldn't happen. My brother-in-law is a sponsor. He has his own coffee company, so he gives me free coffee, and I splash him all over the car. So thank you very much for the coffee.
Beauty.
So I get free caffeine. But no, honestly, it's just amazing racing. It's all the admin team, all the racers, yourself, and anybody that's watching. I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. I know the guys enjoy it. I know the fans when they're viewing, I know they enjoy it too. In this one, how can you not enjoy this race? You guys legitimately put on a show today. It was so fun to watch, and we're going to be reposting the link for the GTRC YouTube channel on my pages today to promote this race. You guys absolutely killed it out there, and everybody needs to come watch this race. I mean, for real, it was such a good race. So great job by all the drivers out there. You guys kept it super clean. I mean, there was some contact, but when you guys are racing that close together in that tight of a racetrack, I mean, a little bit of door rubbing is gonna happen, and you guys just handled it so well. Absolutely. So
Appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man.
It's a privilege to be able to do this with you guys as well. It's an honor to be a part of this. You guys have some really great stuff happening here. The league is very well organized, and it really is just an honor to be able to present this for you guys. So thank you for allowing me to be able to do this as well.
You're welcome, buddy. Anytime.
See you at the next round.
You betcha. You guys take care, and we'll see you. Where are we racing next weekend, ladies and gentlemen?
Tokyo.
Ooh.
Tokyo Express.
Tokyo.
It's a night race.
It's gonna be a
Lots
fun
of
one.
ramen before that race. Num num num.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
Gonna be lots of wall
We're
contact
not gonna do
penalties.
some initial beans.
Yeah.
Heavy damage at Tokyo, not good.
Just means you gotta be
Hey,
patient.
at least the pits is in the middle of the lap instead of the end of the lap.
It's true. That is true. All right, all good
It's
stuff.
so
There we
far.
go.
Car park instead.
Yeah, you betcha. You guys take care, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week. Always. Hey, that's what we do. We gotta help each other out. We're a family, right? We're all friends. We're all family. At the end of the day, we compete on track, but off track, we help each other, and whatever we can do to continue to help everybody grow. That's what it's all about. So. GT7's coming, so we want the hype sauce. Gotta have the hype sauce. Beautiful. Well, you guys keep racing like that, man. And what else do you need for hype sauce? You guys are providing the hype sauce. So, yeah, that was really good stuff. All right, guys. Cheers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the drivers. Absolutely great interviews by the drivers. There's so much respect. You can hear from the driver interviews that there is so much respect in amongst all the drivers in the field here, and also a lot of respect between the officials and the drivers and everybody involved within the league as well. So this will be the end of our broadcast here for today for the GTRC. This is their GR4 Manufacturers Series. This was round 2 at Dragon Trail Gardens, ladies and gentlemen. It was a 50-minute endurance race with a 10-minute qualifier. And again, our podium finishers, congratulations to our first, second, third place finishers, Boo, Tap, and Hair Razor. Congratulations to all the drivers in the field. They put on an amazing event today. And man, share this out, everybody. Share it, share it, share it. This is a cannot miss kind of race. Just great stuff. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you are enjoying the content that GTRC is producing here with these race events, absolutely smash that subscribe button over on their YouTube, GTRC at YouTube. Go search it. It'll pop right up. Add the logo. We'll put that logo right back on the screen here. This is the logo you're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. And you find that logo and you found the right place. And you can go watch some past races as well. This is now the third live streamed race for these guys on their channel. So there are a couple other races to go back check if you've missed one of the events. And if you are interested in participating in the GTRC racing events now and in the future, hit us up in the comments section. You can hit me up on GT45 Gaming through my Facebook Messenger, through our Discord pages. We have several different ways for you to contact us. We have the emails. Just let me know or let one of the staff here, GTRC, know, and we will 100% hook you up with the right spot to get you guys into, to get you the information you're looking for, to see if you're interested. So we love you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And again, I am your host, Ghost45, and presenting the GTRC Round 2 GR4 Manufacturer Series race today. It was an absolute banger of a race, and I can't not wait to see what happens at Tokyo next weekend. And we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. These leagues don't happen without all you amazing viewers. We appreciate all of you. You're absolute legends. And we will see you again, same bat time, same bat place. You betcha, 1:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 9:15 p.m. UK time, ladies and gentlemen. That's when these races are taking place on Saturdays, and we will see you next week. Absolutely great stuff by all the drivers today.